Now, let's get into how GOCC, they stated pretty much that Esau, Jacob's brother, is going to be saved, and they shouldn't be hated as like the Lord hate them, because what you got Romans 9 and 13 and say, for Esau have I hated. New Testament. But GOCC says that you shouldn't hate them. So I got a couple of scriptures that says the contrary, and let's get into it. Now, the first statement I want to address is when he said Deuteronomy 23 and 7 meant that you shouldn't abhor an Edomite. Now, there's two issues with that. First, okay, let me go to let's go to Exodus real quick. Exodus chapter 17, verse 15. Let's get this real quick. Well, let's start at 14. It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out of the remembrance of Amalek from under the heaven. Now, this Amalek is the Edomites. This is the grandson of Esau. This is the head tribe of Esau. This is the so-called alphabet peoples over there in the homeland. Verse 15, it says, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nisi. Verse 16, it says, for he said, because the Lord have sworn that the Lord would have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And that generation from generation means forever. He was going to forever have war with these people. War with the Edomites. Forever. You see? That right there tells you that something is wrong with Deuteronomy 23 and 7. So let's go into that. Let's see here. Let me go to my let's go into the Hebrew and see what's going on. So we're gonna go into the Hebrew. Here go the verse and say, you shall not abhor an Edomite, for he is your brother. You shall not abhor an Egyptian, because you was a stranger in his land. All right, so let's go into this and see this Edomite. You go into the Edomite, okay, and we're gonna go into the Strongs. But look at what this says. This Hebrew word is in the Bible 11 times, and it has one time it's in the under Assyria. So you got the same word in the Bible for Edomite and Assyria. Why does it has this Assyria one time? What was that all about? Look at the Strong's definition. It says C8726. C8726. Okay, they want us to look at 8726. Why? Guess where this one time is? The one time that is in under Assyria is gonna go back to Deuteronomy 23 and 7, but to clear it up, it's going to give you a verse where it has Edom in the place of where Assyrian supposed to be. You see? But anyhow, look at what the Strong say. It says a uh, clerical error. You see, and it has Syrian. It was an error. This was not supposed to be. Look at here. The root word H130. It was an error. When you seen this now, to understand that it was an error, it was two places that it was an error pretty much. Because what they did was in 2 Kings, they made another error. Let's go to 2 Kings real quick. It says here, it says you see Syria everywhere. Now we're gonna show, let me go to back to the top, and I wanna get a different translation. Let me see, where can I get that? Let's go into the new King James version. Let's see if they give me a different version. No, let's type it in. 2 Kings 16 and 6. Okay, let's go 16. Oh, they sent me to 2 Kings chapter 1. Let me go 2 Kings 16 and 6. Bingo, here we go. Now look at what the New King James Version got. You see, they got Edomites. It says, at that time, Risen king of Syria captured Elath for Syria and drove the men of Judah from Elath. Then the Edomites went to Elath and dwelt there to this day. Okay, now you're getting somewhere. Now this same word is stuck in the place of the Syrian. And so when you go into the King James, it has Syrian. It don't have Edomites. But the Edomites went and put this in the place of the Assyrian. Why did they go and put Edomites in the place of Assyrian? Let's go back to the King James. Let's see what they give me. Okay, the King James. It says the Assyrians came to Elath and dwelled there unto this day. So which one is it? Is the Assyrians or the Edomites? You see where we going here? Is it the Assyrians or the Edomites? Okay, I don't want to dwell on that too much. But that that was an error. That's supposed to said Syrians. But the reason why they did that, because they trying to clear up the error that they did in Deuteronomy 23 and 7. This is not the only time that they had an error. See, these people done, you got the Rothschilds and you got all these people who was dealing with the Bible back in 1830 when they started making literacy laws, making literacy laws, because you had David Walker, you had all these individuals trying to write and communicate with their peoples and tell them that we went back to the west coast of Africa. So you had the Rothschilds and these same peoples that's trying to hide the identity. They start making literacy laws and start getting with Westcott and Hort to engineer the Bible. They already had slave Bibles down there in the islands, taking all kind of scriptures out of the Bible. You see, so we still dealing with the truth that these individuals got our records, and they can tamper with the records in a way they want to tamper with them. But the Lord is going to expose them. That's why in Jeremiah 49:10 he said, I shall make Esau bare and uncover his secret places, because these Edomites is going to try to hide the truth. Now, Exodus debunked Deuteronomy 23:7 off the top. But let's go to Amos. Let's go to Amos. But before I go to Amos, let's do this here. 1 John 5:7. Let's see what this say about 1 John 5:7. See, I don't want that. I want this. I don't want that. There we go. Now let's go to commentary. Oh, they want. Did they write anything? I want to see if they wrote something. Oh, they didn't write nothing. They want you to listen to what he talking about. No, I don't got time to do all that now. I thought they had some kind of something written down. But this verse does not belong in the Bible, first of all. That verse does not belong in the Bible. I'm going into the audio. That's the problem. Let's try this one more time. Text. Let me get the text. Let's see what he got to say about 7. Okay. All right. Is he gonna speak on it? No. See. Uh-oh. No, I don't think we're speaking on it. Yep, I don't think he's speaking on it. But when you do your research, this verse was added to the Bible. Because I don't went over time. Let me go into this Amos. Because the Assyrian thing, that is clear about that Assyrian thing. It's clearly said it's an error. And when you do your research, you'll see that verse should have said Assyrian, or Syrian, not Assyrian, but Syrian, not abhor an Edomite, because the Lord prophesied that he's going to have war with Esau. Okay, and then what you got, Amos chapter 1 says he's not going to take the punishment away from Edom. Let me go back to my Bible, because I don't have to quote all of this stuff. Okay, let's quickly go. Amos chapter 1, verse 9. Well, I want verse 11. It says, thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his brother in his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So Esau keeping his wrath forever, and the Lord is not going not punish him or turn away the punishment. But verse 9 did have something. It says, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom and remember not the brotherly covenant. So they broke the brotherly covenant that they had. Now let me get Joel chapter 3 and 19. Because that verse said Egypt and Edom. Or just how they put it, they put the Edomites in there in Deuteronomy 23 and 7. But look at this verse 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed the innocent blood in their land. So this is why that is non and void. Abhor an Edomite, which was abhor Assyrian. You see, because this is, we know who is the greatest liar and who is the deceiver. These individuals are deceivers. They come out the womb line, and they cannot be trusted. See, this man want to say that you can trust them. The scriptures don't say that though. See, what you supposed to obey God rather? You obey God rather than man. Well, let's see, 12 and 10, because he told the female caller that you can trust them. Before I get that, let's go. He said you don't want to walk around not trusting people. Okay, let's get 1 John 4 and 1. See, it say, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God. Try the spirits and see if they are Edomite or they is a Israelite. Because he want to say that the tares, he want to talk about the tares that's have black Israelite daddies. Some of the tares, you don't want to not trust people, because what if you run into one of the tares and he looked like a so-called Edomite, but he really is an Israelite? Well, you supposed to try the spirit, man. That's what you're supposed to do. Try the spirit. And then he showed you an example how to try the spirit in verse 2. He say, hereby ye know the spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God. So now you can understand real quick that this spirit, if it don't confess that if it's Jesus Christ was a so-called black man or so-called dark-skinned person, you understand that's the spirit of an Edomite right there. And this this is the scripture saying this now. Try the spirits, test the spirits, and when through their confession, it's gonna let you know if they are an antichrist, if they're against the spirit. Now, what was the other one? Then you go into, he's saying the hating of the Edomites. Okay, let's get into that. Because this is the house of David. He's going to rebuild the tabernacles of David. So let's go to David. Let's see what David's talking about. Okay. Let's go to David and see what David is talking about. Let's get from 20 all the way to 22. He say, for they speak against you wickedly, and your enemies take your name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate you? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against you? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. See, you don't trust, first of all, it's just not an individual thing either. It's a whole governmental structure. It's the red dragon. See, that's another, I'm gonna get into that in another video. That's gonna be part 2. Because they hide in their identity through this false devil stuff, this fallen angel and these demons and all that. They hiding their wickedness and their actions behind these individuals. It's not about the Edomites, it's about the demons, it's about the devil. See, that's what they use to hide themselves. Let's go to Jeremiah real quick, because this thing is so simple. I want them to see Jeremiah. Jeremiah 10. He say, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself, because he trying to hide. His seed, his brothers, and neighbors, they not going to be able to hide themselves. Now, we see in these last days, we know we all went to the Christian church, and nobody talked about Esau. You didn't hear Esau until you start running into the Israelites. Why is that? Why is that? Because he was hiding himself. He was hiding himself real good. But in these last days, you got the awakening of the Israelites and the doctrine that came from One West or New York City. And this is when you starting to see now the light is getting brighter on and revealing who this dragon is. 2 Thessalonians 2:13, let no man deceive you by any means, not even your own people. For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. We losing our identity. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. See, this is what, it's not about no devil, man. Not about exposing and revealing the devil. That's not a man. Look at verse 8. It say, then shall that wicked be revealed. Who was that wicked in the Bible? See, let's get that. Who was that wicked? It was a specific people that was that wicked. Look at them. Malachi 1. And I'm going to get straight to the point. It say, they shall call them, talking about Edom, the whole nation, the border of wickedness, and the people against the Lord have indignation forever. How the Lord going to have indignation for somebody and you don't? That's what King David pretty much was saying. They hate you and rise up against you, Lord. We hate them with a perfect hatred, like our forefather King David. Now let's get some of these other verses from David. David said this. Well, you know, this the Lord speaking through David. Because the Lord, he come in the volume of the book. So here you go. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserved the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. You see, the subject matter is about the wicked. He said, hate evil. Who is the saints going to be hating, man? The people that got them in captivity and they need to be delivered from. What is these people thinking? Okay, let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 8 and 13. It says, fear the Lord. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. So if you don't hate, you don't even fear the Lord, man. If you don't hate the stuff that these people's doing and that these people are wicked, he created them to be wicked. You don't even fear the Lord. You saying that you don't even feel what the Lord is doing on the earth. Okay, let me get that's a major statement. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Come on, man. Amos 5 and 15. And like he say, write these scriptures down. He said, hate the evil and love the good. Establish judgment in the gate. See? You supposed to hate the evil, man. Now let's see here. Oh, we got Romans chapter. And this is all through the Bible telling you to hate. Know what these people talking about. It says, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. See, the Edomites is evil, man. Oh, let me get that. Let's go into the prayer of Azariah. See, you say hate evil. Look at these people. It says, talking about the Edomites now, and you did deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of God, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world. Come on, man. Ain't nowhere in the world you don't understand who the enemy is. And he told us who the enemy is in Deuteronomy 28, see, 68. It said, and the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again with ships, and by the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies. For bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you or redeem you. This is not no friend. This is not no people that you gonna convert to the truth. Okay, because I got to go into that because the next video gonna be about these fallen angels. We gonna dissect that because that's a major mass and hiding place of Esau. He like to hide in that darn misconception of a fallen angel. That's his favorite hiding place. And we gonna go there and we gonna pull his behind out of there. And that's what I'm finna pull out of these scriptures, how he's gonna be saved. He's not gonna be saved through confessing his sin of his forefathers and all that. That's what come on, man. He know that he ain't nowhere in the world this man don't know the truth. It says that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen. Okay, how are they gonna possess the remnant of Edom? Let's get into this. How is they gonna possess the remnant of Edom? Jeremiah 16 and 16. How are they gonna possess the remnant of Edom? Behold, I will send for many fishers, says the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Who is going to be in the holes of the rocks? Revelations. Revelations. Who is going to be in the holes of the rocks? See? Now, verse 4 let you know it's talking about Edom. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him to sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and to kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Talking about Edom, not the devil. Then, or he is the devil. But when you go into Job 9 and 13 and say the earth was given into the hand of the wicked is Edom. The earth was given, power was given to him to take peace from the earth. Okay, so when you get down to his destruction and his downfall, verse 15, and the kings of the earth and great men, rich men, and chief captains and mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens, in the rocks, and of the mountains. Verse 16, and said unto the mountains and rocks, fall on us, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. See, the wrath of the Lamb is those nuclear missiles, and it describes the missiles in those verses above that. That's why they hide, because they know that fire is coming down from heaven to devour them. But see, here we go. We're going back to Jeremiah. Because look at that, said they're going to hide in the mountains and the rocks and all this kind of stuff. And it said fall on us. So they're gonna be underground. They're gonna be under the ground. If something fall on you, you under the ground. It says, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. See, they're gonna hide in the holes of the rocks. Now let's go to Isaiah chapter 24. Okay. Now, when they get into the hole, when they go into there and grab them Edomites out of the holes in the rock, see what these people don't know. They got doomsday bunkers all over the darn place, and these Edomites gonna go in there and hide. They got 20. Some can take 20 people. Some can take hundreds of people. Shoot, when you trying to hide from a nuclear explosion. Look at verse 21. It say, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, the Edomites, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, the Edomites. Verse 22, and they shall be gathered together. How? By the hunters. They're going to go in the holes of the rocks and gather them together. And as prisoners are gathered into a pit and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days they shall be visited. So this is how they're gonna be gathered. Let's go to back to King David. 49. Most people know about this now. See, this is how they're gonna be gathered. It says verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, the Edomites, and punishment upon the people. Verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. See, this is how the remnant of the Edom is going into the kingdom. They're not going in the kingdom by picking up a Bible. Come on, man. Let's go back to Psalm. They're not going into the kingdom by picking up the Bible. They're going in the kingdom in chains. Because look at here. What did he say to the wicked? Is it 10 or 9? 16. It say, but unto the wicked, Edomites, God has said, what have you to do to declare my statute, or that you shall take my covenant in your mouth? Verse 17, seeing you hateth instruction and casteth my word behind you. See, this is how you know that they're Edomites and they're not a terror. They not going to deal with them instructions. They going to cast them words behind them. Because his instruction is the truth. He deals with truth. How the true worshipers will worship him in spirit and in truth. These people hate the truth. Look at the Edomites here. 52. It showed you that this is talking about the Edomites in the top verse 1. But look at let's go to verse 3 straight up. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. See, these Edomites love a lie. You loveth all devouring words, oh, thou deceitful tongue. See, this is what they love, man. And it is going to come a time, because this is in multiple places, this next verse, that he's going to destroy them out of the land of the living forever. See, Obadiah is true. After a certain period of time, he's going to destroy these people. There's not going to be no Edomites that love wickedness and love lying on the earth. He's going to enslave they behind, work them to build up the... Let's get that. What purpose is the Edomites going to be serving? The elder going to serve the younger. What he going to be doing when he's serving the younger? It says, verse 10, the sons of strangers shall build your walls, and their kings shall minister to you. If my wrath I smote, for in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I will show mercy upon thee. So they going to be building the kingdom. This is what these Edomites going to be doing. See, this is what's going on. But for somebody to say that you're supposed to trust them, and the scriptures say don't trust them, come on, what in the world is you thinking? You is following a man at that point. You in love with this man at that point. because the stuff he come with is thoroughly debunked. And then thoroughly it's going off by saying you can trust an Edomite. You don't know who an Edomite is. Come on, man, get out of here. You can test them by the Spirit. And if you test them by the Spirit, you know. But it's not that many of them around here that's like that. And they gon' once you test them, that's the main thing. Just test the Spirit. That's the best thing you can do. Test the Spirit, and you'll know if they're Edomite. And most of these people is Christians, not by accident, because the majority of them are Edomite. Now, make sure I got everything. He told us in Ezekiel chapter 35, he said, verse 2, Son of man, set your face against Mount Seir. See, he wants to set our face against them, not to trust them. Oh, that's the other part. Okay. Now, the reason why when he come, he's gonna divide the nation, because who brought the nation together? Who is bringing these nations together, man? Let's get this. That's what I want to end it on. Who is bringing the nation together? Look at verse 5. Ye also, because ye have transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death. Esau is as death. Come on, man. And cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. This is why the Lord got to separate people, because he's bringing them together. He's gathering them together into this melting pot of Babylon the Great. See, not no Vatican and no other place. He gathering these people in Babylon, in America. This is where he's gathering these nations. Through his wine and through his power, they want to come up under him. This is why he's gonna separate the nations, but he already separated the nations in Deuteronomy 32:7. He separated the sons of Adam, but Esau is bringing them back together. That's why he got to separate them again. See, and then this debunked that too. 13 and 15. Isaiah 13 and 15 said, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the edge of the sword. See, everyone that is joined unto these dragons, unto the enemy, is going to fall by the sword. Look, that's another thing, the traitor. I think it's the second Maccabees. Is it 2 and 22? Let me try to. No, not 2:22. Because these, let me put in trader. I ain't got time for all that now. Okay, 10:22. It says, but when it was told Maccabeus that was done, he called the governors of the people together and accused those men that they had sold their brethren for money and set their enemies free. They set their enemies free to fight against them. See, you bringing them out. Let's get some of the ones that'll listen to us and bring them into the church with us and have them socializing with us and hanging with us. See, let's set them free. Let's teach them the truth, because the truth gonna set you free now. Let's teach them the truth, because when you set them free, they gonna fight against you, because they Edomites, man. Verse 22. So he slew those that were found traitors. You is a traitor trying to bring in some Edomites, trying to be friends to the Edomites. You is a traitor, man. These people are certified enemies, and they sneaky and conniving. This is not something, a group of people that you're supposed to trust. But this is just a simple rebuke. Let me get that, because I know how these people that lean to Christianity. I'm sorry, it's 27. Say open rebuke is better than secret love. See, people don't understand love. That's why it's hard for them to take correction and rebuke. This whole situation with the scriptures is about correction. 2 Timothy 3:16. It says all scriptures is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, and for correction in righteousness. See, it's this whole situation is about reproof and correction. Rebuke, correcting somebody and correcting them through the scriptures. This what the whole subject is about. All scripture. The scriptures is about correction. The scriptures is about reproof. The scriptures is about rebuke. The scriptures is not about being gentle and hugging everybody and smiling at everybody and shaking everybody's hand and talking all nice and sweet to people. See, that's what the false deceivers do. See, that's what these people do when they trying to deceive you. They flattering you. That's a form of flattery. Always trying to focus on being so-called gentle and talking sweet to people. You're trying to sweet talk people into a lie. But I'm gonna leave it there. That's just clear. Yep, I got all my verses in. Oh, let's get the purpose of Esau before I close out. Let's see if my video don't click off. They don't give it so much time. Romans 9 and 12. 9 and 11. It say, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. In verse 13, but Esau have I hated. So Esau was created for a purpose, and his purpose was to be the wicked. That's Proverbs 16 and 4. He created them to be the sword of Jacob, the punisher of Jacob, the police to Jacob. That's why he was created. See, how it said, with a fierce countenance, who's not gonna regard the person of old or the person of young. He's gonna be a fierce nation, because this is a punishment. You send your child to his strict uncle or strict auntie for a punishment. Go stay with your auntie. She's real strict. Go stay with her for a punishment. This is what the purpose he created Esau for. But Esau is going to be punished. You're not going to get away from the punishment just because he was used by the Most High as a tool of correction to Jacob. And this is what these people don't understand. You got to understand the purpose of Esau to understand the whole thing. If you don't get the purpose, you ain't going to understand how to operate with him and how to move around him. I think I missed one verse. It's Romans 12 and 18. It said, if it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. So you're going to live peaceably with the Edomites. Just because you hate the Edomites like the Lord hate the Edomites, you're going to prophesy against them. You're going to set your face against them, not trust them, but you're going to live at peace with them. That's why he say the Lord make his enemies be at peace with him. The Lord not going to cause you to get into no conflict with these people because you following his word and not some man telling you to trust the enemy. You don't trust them with your life. and let them do something to you or come around you at the wrong. See, you don't deal with the Edomites on that level, but you trusting them. He told you to hate evil. And hate is a protection, just like money is a protection. It's a protection to stay away from evil. That's the fear of the Lord. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, and Kakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves, scattered around the globe. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.